in Kainji. The Niger Dams Authority merged with the then Electricity Corporation of Nigeria, ECN, and they became NEPA. He was with NEPA until he left the services of the power industry. One thing about Engineer Somolu was that he had all the devotion, he was diligent, he was devoted to the engineering profession. He believed that the Nigerian electricity industry or the power industry in the area of generation, transmission, and distribution could work. It is quite unfortunate that, at least at that time, they were not given the opportunity to show all the skills that they had at work. There was a lot of politicking. But we thank God, today we are here. We can remember him with gladness, with joy, with rejoicing, and we believe and we keep praying every day that the engineering industry, especially the power industry, which affects every moment of the life of every Nigerian, will improve. Will improve so that at least we can generate and distribute enough for our local needs in all our homes and offices. We remember him today, and we're having one of the very close persons to him. I knew Engineer Ayodele with him many years back, maybe 40 years or more. And he was very close to him. He's eminently, nobody is better qualified to give this lecture because he worked closely with Engineer Somolu. So I seize this opportunity. I may not have an opportunity to say thank you to him before the end of this program, to say a big thank you to you, Engineer Ayodele, for your commitment, your staying by the family, your dedication still to duty, because I know you were still somehow in the power industry until very recently. So we thank everybody who is here or who is online now and who is on the Zoom with us. We pray that things of joy will never depart from you and your homes in the mighty name of Jesus. It shall always be well with you. You'll have many, many reasons in future to rejoice. We thank you very much, and we ask you to enjoy. It's going to be a great program. We ask you to enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was the foundation chairperson, Engineer Dr. Mrs. Olatokunbo Somolu. And now the foundation trustee, Oreoluwa Leshi, will deliver a biography of the late Engineer Foluseke Somolu.
Good morning, everyone. I'm about to read the bio of my father, Engineer Foluseke Abidemi Somolu. Engineer Foluseke Abidemi Somolu was an electrical engineer whose career in the Nigerian electric power industry spanned over 40 years, including a lengthy and distinguished tenure at the National Electric Power Authority. Born on the 14th of July, 1946, Foluseke Abidemi Somolu was the youngest child of the Honorable Justice Olujide Somolu and his wife, Chief Mrs. Comfort Obafumilayo Somolu. His father was a former teacher and journalist who went on to study law and become the Chief Judge of Old Western Region of Nigeria, while his mother was at different times a photographer, a trader, and a dressmaker before becoming a full-time homemaker. Engineer Somolu had most of his secondary education at Ibadan Grammar School, from where he graduated in 1966. He proceeded to the University of Lagos and graduated with a bachelor's in electrical engineering in 1970. Much later on, he returned to UNILAG while working full-time and completed a thesis on transformer failures in Nigeria to earn his MSc in electrical engineering in 1987. He also attended the General Electric GE School of Electric Utility System Engineering in Schenectady, New York, USA, and obtained a certificate in power system engineering in 1979. After graduation from UNILAG in 1970, Engineer Somolu began his professional career as a pupil engineer with the Niger Dams Authority, NDA, during which he was stationed at the Kainji Dam. When the NDA merged with the Electricity Corporation of Nigeria in 1973 to form the National Electric Power Authority, NEPA, the young engineer Somolu returned to Lagos, where he worked as part of the team in charge of expanding the Nigerian electric power generation and transmission system. Later on, he rose to become the acting director, the effective leader of the electrical engineering departments, before being appointed the head of the transmission division in 1990. He retired from NEPA in 1997 and spent the rest of his career in private practice as a consultant power engineer, heading his own firm, Optimal Power and Control Engineering Limited. Engineer Somolu had been an active member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers since 1968, when he signed up as a student member. He became a full member in 1975 and a fellow in 1985. Engineer Somolu rose to become the national president of the organization and served from 2002 to 2003. He was a vigorous and enthusiastic advocate on behalf of the Nigerian engineer and engineering industry, and traveling the length and breadth of the country to advance the visibility and viability of engineering practice in this country. In 2000, Engineer Somolu was invited by then-President Foluseke Abidemi to serve on a technical board tasked with resuscitating the rapidly deteriorating electric power system. The technical board also laid the groundwork for the eventual privatization of NEPA. As chairman of the technical board's generation subcommittee, Engineer Somolu supervised the rehabilitation of the authority's broken down generation stations, achieving President Obasanjo's mandate of raising NEPA's generating capacity from a paltry 1,600 megawatts to 4,000 megawatts in 21 months. Sequel to his successful tenure on the technical board, Engineer Somolu was later appointed as Senior Special Assistant on Power Sector Reform by President Obasanjo and served both Presidents Obasanjo and Umaru Yar'Adua. In this same period, from 2005 to 2008, he also served as the coordinator of the National Integrated Power Project, NIPP. Engineer Somolu was a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Institution of Engineering and Technology, formerly Institution of Electrical Engineers in the UK. He was a fellow of the Nigeria Institute of Management and a senior member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, USA. During his lifetime, Engineer Somolu received awards, including the Nigerian Society of Engineers Golden Jubilee Distinguished Merit Award, Award of Excellence from the International Conference on Power System Operation and Planning, a British Council Fellowship, a citation in Newswatch's Who is Who in the World, University of Lagos Alumni Distinguished Award, and the University of Lagos Hall of Fame. Engineer Somolu presented over 30 papers at international conferences on power engineering. He also co-authored a book about the history of the electrical power industry in Nigeria with the late engineer Lawrence Amu. Outside of his work, Engineer Somolu found the time for diverse educational and philanthropic pursuits. He had been a guest lecturer and resource person at the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru. He was a distinguished fellow in electrical engineering at the University of Lagos, teaching power system operation and protection and supervising research and project work programs. With Professor James Momo, the former head of the electrical engineering department at Howard University in Washington, D.C. in the USA, he coordinated the selection of bright Nigerian secondary school students for the Howard University Electrical Engineering Summer School Program that has resulted in many students from Nigeria enjoying Howard University Scholarship Awards in power engineering since 1993. Perhaps the highlight of his life was his happy 40-year marriage to the accomplished civil engineer, Dr. Mrs. Olatokunbo Somolu, Ni Olushola, with whom he had 3 children. Engineer Foluseke Somolu passed on in August 2015. His work and family stand as lasting testaments to his richly blessed and impactful life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a biography of the late engineer Foluseke Abidemi Somolu, delivered by Foundation trustee and daughter Oreoluwa Leshi. Next, the Foundation Secretary, Engineer Emmanuel Akinwole, will give an introduction of the guests.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor once again to introduce the guest speaker of today. The person I normally refer to as the encyclopedia of power systems in Nigeria. Is a mentee of late engineer Somolu and a confidant when it comes to issues that are technical. They work closely together since the time they were in NEPA. As an accomplished electrical engineer, Engineer John Ayodele, Ayodele, FNSE, FNIEEE, FNIEEE, FAEH, has traversed Nigeria, West Africa, United States, in the process of, doing power engineering, construction, design, operation, and policy formulation. As I said, is an expert in power systems, protection and control, operations and research, delivering solutions to highly complex technical and geographically challenging electrical engineering problems. And he has done that at several places, NEPA, with DISCO, and so on. His track record was responsible for repeated selection to represent the federal government at various local and international arena to present papers and to defend government policies. Engineer John Ayodele began the academic foundation at the prestigious University of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where he obtained his BH in electrical and electronic engineering. He was subsequently at various times at the Penn State University, Westinghouse Advanced Power Systems. In US, he was also at Advanced Relay School of Westinghouse as well. He was also at the General Electric Stroke Union College in USA for the prestigious power systems engineering course. He's attended various courses in public-private partnership, PPP, as well as financing of projects and analysis. He's an alumni of IP3, a Tetra Tech company based in USA. He's also an alumni of PURC, Gainesville, Florida, a World Bank approved program, and many, many other programs. His unblemished public sector record in the power systems saw him occupying various positions until he rose to become an executive director, operations, Power Holding Company of Nigeria. And due to lack of experienced personnel versed in power systems, Engineer Ayodele was transferred his services to the Federal Ministry of Power in 2009 as Director, Investment and Telecoms / Postal Services, and as well as serving at the Federal Ministry of Communication Technology, Abuja, where he also served, and he also served at West Africa Power Pool Project at the ECOWAS in Cotonou, Benin Republic. Previously, he worked as a protection and control engineer with the Georgia Transmission Corporation in Oklahoma, USA, as well as the substation design engineer at American Electric Power Company, Tulsa as well, USA, and a field testing engineer at American Electric Power, St. Louis, USA as well. He has served as a senior energy advisor to USAID in Nigeria in 2001. He has served as the Deputy Managing Director of Ibadan Electricity DISCO, as well as the CEO of Kaduna Electricity Distribution, where he finally retired a couple of weeks back. All through his brilliant career, he associated with other professionals where he gained and shared experiences freely. He's a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, as well as a member of the Nigerian Institute of Management, and he has served as a past president of the Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. He's a man in touch with the people and has impacted lives richly, which resulted in being given several chieftaincy titles in his hometown. I mean, as traditional titles, Atunwashi and his wife, Yeye Atunwashi, and so many other titles. Among many awards, he was presented the Meritorious Award of Excellence by the West African Students Union, as well as Icon of Cultural Motivation in Nigeria by the National Association of Nigerian Students. Engr Ayodele is happily married to Dr. Mrs. Quincy Olasunbo Ayodele, and they are blessed with children and grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Icon, I mean, Encyclopedia of Power Systems, Engineer John Oladipupo Ayodele, FNSE, FNIEEE, FNIEEE.
Thank you, Engineer Akewale. There are some gaps that you put together. Maybe I need to just put some corrections to it. Thank you, our mother. Unfortunately, we are not in the church. I would have said our mother in Israel. Thank you very much. Sheka Junior, thank you very much. My sister, thank you. And everybody, I want to say that I'm honored to be here today. I believe when it comes to professional linkage, I have the upper hand to tell anybody about who Engineer Somolu was. He took me not only as a colleague in the office, he took me as a brother. I worked with him, we joke, we talk. He was my mentor, totally. I followed him. Even the first suit I would wear, he gave it to me. I'm sorry if I'm a bit emotional. Please pardon me. Today we'll be talking about engineering practice, the place of knowledge, competence, and integrity. If Engineer Somolu were to be with us, I believe he will choose the same topic because that is what he believed in. And that is what he lived his life for. And I want to make a confession. Whatever I say today about Engineer Somolu is the truth and nothing but the truth. It's a personal confession and it's based